What's up, boys? Today we're going to be doing a nuclear missile radiation build. We're looking for the tank with the evolution for the bombing strike bioweapon. Instead of dropping a ton of bombs, it'll drop a single, much more powerful bomb that deals chemical damage. And then to go with him, we're probably going to do medic and the huntress, I think. Over here we're doing ability cooldown, ability area and duration, explosive damage and tags, and a bit of critical damage. I kind of ran out of points, so I don't really have a great fourth one. I'd probably take the HP and armor from the tank, but I'm still grinding out some meta progression right now. So the medic and the huntress will both have a bit of chemical and explosive synergy. Let's grab the minefield here to get the explosion stuff going. So at 10 total tags, we'll increase the explosion radius quite a bit, and we'll scale up the damage of everything a bit with that as well. And then one of the items I've been avoiding a lot is the one that increases your crit damage against enemies at high HP. And I'm not sure if it's going to be good, but this is probably the best opportunity I'm going to get to use that item, so I will be looking for that one. And I think it gives a bit of ability crit damage or crit chance or something on top of that. Okay, here's the bombing strike. We can go ahead and start leveling that up. Fortunately, there's no synergy with the bombing strike, I think. We do get one thing with the huntress, more bombing strike, where the bear traps from her will summon the tank's saw blades. Might mess around with that a little bit, but it's not really something that I'm going for. More bombing strike. So I'm hoping to get a lot of area, so we just hit the entire screen, and there we go. 15 range is massive, because the range in the game seems to actually be the radius of the circle. So I think it's basically squared for how much effect it has on the total area. And then they are all poisoned from the chemical effect after that. So we're looking for Huntress and Medic here. There's Huntress. Let's go more minefields. More explosives. Minefield Shrapnel turns it into slashing. What was the other one for that? I don't remember, so I'm gonna wait a bit and see what else there is. We'll take the bear trap for now. Let's see, ability cooldown, we want a lot of that. I'll probably banish XP since that seems kind of weak for leveling up. And then put that on the tank, so we get even more nuclear missiles. Shrapnel again, more bear trap. Taunts. That is probably more useful for me. There's a small amount of slashing from the saw blade drones combined with the other thing, but we can also get some good taunts from this plus the decoy on Huntress. So maybe that'll buy some time for me for the missiles to land and group them up on top of the explosions. Let's grab the drone, since that's the synergy with Huntress. That goes with the bear traps, I think it was. I feel like we're gonna need some movement speed on this map. I do want this one for ability damage in area. And then we can probably banish fire. We might get one or two things for that, but I don't think there's going to be a ton. Let's go ahead and grab Decoy. That's an explosive and will taunt stuff for us. More bear trap. We are getting pretty close to the evolution here, so I guess I'll go ahead and finish that off. Freezing arrows. I forget what the other one is, but that is pretty useful. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit on that one as well, since I don't quite remember what they both give. Let's go ahead and grab the buff ability there, duration. I don't think that will really work here, mainly just the Fury Unleashed. So I would probably put that on Huntress. I think it's okay on her. That should improve her taunting and also her arrow rain once I get the evolution for that, I think. So now we're looking for a medic. There we go. Fire. I think I like the crowd control better here. Medical drone, we can get some extra survivability off of that eventually, and then more explosions. Man, this map already feels super cramped with the poison pools and all the ranged abilities and homing stuff. Jesus. I can't even go over there right now. Please, let me get it. Oh, here we go. Damage dealt against a full health enemy is a critical hit. Final damage amount is 1/2 higher. Bit of crit chance. Let's banish probably that. And then we'll go ahead and grab that. Not great right now, but maybe it'll be cool later on with higher crit. And here, let's go ahead and grab the stim pack steroid. Okay, experiment 21, this is explosive and chemical, so that'll be pretty nice. We're already up to 37% explosion radius and 154% damage for them. Jesus, there's just nowhere to move on this map. Medical drone, seems like we're gonna need the survivability from that pretty soon. Movement and pickup both have some interesting items for them. And then I guess health does as well. Probably banish health regen. And this will actually help us out a decent amount right now, since it seems like I can't even avoid everything right now. And then later on we can get the item and that will add some nice ability based stuff. Let's grab some arrow rain for more AoE damage. Solar panel to reduce cooldowns is nice, and also chocolate box for crit chance. Let's banish that. And which of these do I want first? I think we probably need to get the crit chance up a bit before that really does a whole lot, so we'll go here. Let's go a bit more arrow rain. That's at level 4. Yeah, I think we want to evolve that into the defensive drone to help out with survivability here. There's the defense drone, go ahead and grab that. It gives us a shield that blocks one hit every 30 seconds, as well as improved regen. Ability damage. We can put that on the tank for bigger missiles. Sure. God, it is so cramped, like under 10 minutes into the run. We can eventually get chemical and maybe explosive on that. Might be useful. More experiments. And then I guess saw blade here. Arrow rain, get that AoE up a bit. That reduces explosive and it doesn't even improve chemical. Let's go ahead and banish that. I don't really care about any of these, so I guess I'll take this and then use that to help me re-roll into stuff for a bit, and then maybe swap it out later on once we're done with it. That's level 4, so is that. I think the evolution for that is quite strong, so we'll go over here even though it's not an explosive. Might help us out while we're struggling right now. Here's the multiple. That's very good since you can get multiple of those fairly early on. She's already at 180% duration. Wow. Yeah, that should be a pretty nice boost. Let's go more stim pack here. Decent armor. We do want to get rid of that at some point if I can get an item for it. Decoy can nearly evolve now. Decoy moving. I forgot what the other one. Oh, the other one is chemical, so that might actually fit decently here. We'll end up with quite a bit of chemical, so I'll take the experiment and probably take the chemical for that. Ooh, ability area. Yeah, for the big missiles. I guess we'll take another handgun, try and get that up to the chemical level for the synergies. There's the toxic decoy, sure. Saw blade drone. Ability area. Pickup range is actually better than that, but I guess we'll still take it here. Put that on the tank. More drones. That actually sounds kind of cool, although a 0.2 second cooldown, doesn't that just make it not even viable with how many enemies there are? So it would combine with that. It does sound interesting, but the cooldown worries me. I guess I'll try it. If it's like a cooldown per enemy, then it's pretty good, but if it's like a cooldown overall, and you can only do one crit every 0.2 seconds, then it's awful. That would just make it straight up not even viable. Enchantment, that gives fire and ice. The other one doubles the number of them, and we're going to have a little bit of ice. I think we might just take the doubling effect for it. We're probably gonna need the crowd control from the freeze, actually. Yeah, we should probably go there. I can already barely move, and it gets a lot worse as you get to around 30 minutes. We're probably gonna need all the slowing help we can get. Handgun, that's getting pretty close to the chemical thing. Okay, grenades are now chemical only. We do want that since we're going fairly heavy into chemical though. Since that's the secondary element on the main ability here, the nuclear missiles. Legendary weapon damage rip. That's actually some nice area though, I will take that. Syringe gun to get that into chemical. chemical. %15% chance for ability cooldown to be halved is pretty nice. Banhammer is extremely good for finding the other stuff you want, and there are some kind of rare items we want, so I think I'm going to take that to help us find the other stuff. We can also use that to get rid of the other stats we don't want anymore, like weapon damage. Let's go probably Fury to upgrade the buffs on that syringe. More Stimpack. Stimpack has a very strong evolution that adds 100 armor while it's active, and since an ability-based build will probably get a decent amount of cooldown and duration, that'll be pretty good. Don't want the freezing blast, so we'll go... Let's grab the resuscitation level now in case we ever get one-shots. Max health, that's good with the HP crit thing. Go ahead and grab that. Stimpack is almost ready to evolve. So we can now banish one thing for free each time. I don't think I want any of these. Pickup is not bad, but I know there's a lot of really good stuff that I want, and we do have a free reroll. Injured, that would be pretty good. Dual crit stats. Will I have anything that can actually apply that late into the builds? Maybe Huntress once she has the penetration evolve thing, I think. But we might have to give up some explosive for that, so that wouldn't be ideal. I think the tank's weapon might be able to apply that, so that might actually work. Wait, no, the tank's weapon, you can go either the fast attacking thing or the explosive thing. But we would have to go explosive since that improves the radius of everything. Yeah, you gain radius and damage with that. So I might not really have anything that can use that. Ooh, flask and tough skin. Let's go ahead and grab the 100 armor. And then we'll get that in a little bit. Yeah, normally you would definitely have some kinetic stuff, but for an absolute maxed out explosion, I'm not sure that there is anything left for that. Antidote flasks. More chemical. Decent movement speed, sure. Let's get that one up a bit more. Level 5, and then we can evolve that to make it work on everyone in our party. Let's banish that, and then probably take a free reroll here. Ooh, compass. Ability, damage area, and duration, and some movement speed on top of that. What do I want to replace? I guess probably the reroll thing. Yeah. Oh, actually, maybe that. I think we still have some kinetic, but we'll probably replace that eventually. That's always active. That's not that useful for a heavy caster build, since you'll be getting a decent amount of duration and cooldown anyways. There we go. Shared between all survivors also increases the stats quite a bit. Yeah, we'll go ahead and lock that in. More chemical. Ability crit damage, we can go ahead and banish that, that's completely useless. And then toss that on the tank. I'm actually pretty sure the Huntress is doing more damage but we're too deep into the nuclear missile build now. We can eventually get the explosive arrows for that to at least improve the tag a bit. Oh, one thing I'm not sure on is weapons like that start off as kinetic and then eventually become explosive. I'm not sure if they can still apply both effects on hit. Because if they can, then the slingshot's actually pretty good. But if it becomes just explosive once the explosive arrows come out, then we wouldn't even be able to apply that anymore, I think. There's the ability cooldown. That's pretty nice if you get the solar panel item that causes cooldown reduction. But for now, we'll want that. What do I want to replace? I guess we should go ahead and probably replace that then. And we can also banish one thing every time. More bow. Multi-shot, we need that to eventually get the explosive arrows. I think I'm going to banish almost everything so that we can almost always hit either pickup radius or movement or health for the items. Attack speed can work with some stuff, but we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Probably put ability damage on the tank. You know, the banhammer is honestly one of the best items in the game. That's chemical, but we don't really need it to last twice as long with how often we use that. Then I don't think I care about any of these, so we can go ahead and skip. Reroll if there's anything super good. I don't remember anything. Maybe the solar panel at some point. I like basically everything here, so I'd have to put it on the banhammer. but I want to keep that a bit longer for banning some stat boosts still. So here's the explosive arrows. It does still have the kinetic tag, so I guess that probably does work then. But this will add some explosive for even more radius and damage for those. Explosive, get those tags up. Rare dodge, I'm fine with that, we can banish weapon damage. Explosive. I feel like with the one full HP enemy item, they're just never going to be at full HP though. There's the saw blades constantly hitting stuff, a bunch of different chemical effects. Like, this seems like it should be the build for that item, but it just doesn't seem like that item would work mechanically in this game. So they should probably change it a bit. That one, full health enemy. Like, if it was enemies above 90% HP or something like that, you could still get value out of it. It basically just comes down to the 5% crit here, I think. We have the rain of arrows constantly going off with the extra duration. I just feel like the nuclear missile is never going to be the one that's triggering that. We can banish that. So I'm probably gonna have to replace that with the solar panel eventually. We can skip for now. We can eventually get explosive stuff on both of these. That does give me area, but I'd like to get the rocket launcher, I guess, here. banish that. Mod chip is pretty nice with the solar panel, but does nothing currently. So we probably skip for now. Let's banish cooldown reduction for weapons. I guess probably crit chance for the tank. Grab the pump action. That is so many enemies. Yeah, we're getting to the 30-minute mark where stuff starts getting really silly. Feels like more pump action. Kind of just feels like you need really crazy AoE plus crowd control at the same time to really do anything at this point. We have a bit from the stacked chemical stuff, but not crazy, like a mixed chemical and freezing and like electric build. I can already barely move. Basically just the decoys buying a bit of time for me every once in a while. I can't even see anything right here. Too many explosions. That one is getting pretty close to the rocket launcher now. More area, maybe? Do I want to banish ability duration? It's good on the Huntress, but it's not really what we're going for. Doesn't really work on, I think, either the bombing strike or the minefield. That's kind of the main stuff here since we're scaling the tank. So I don't really think we want a ton more. We'll get a little bit more from the compass item anyways. Then I'll take some area from that. That's kind of cool. Ability cooldown and then the pickup range. Let's banish that. I don't think we really have any slots for that. And we'll probably still want the solar panel just for the huge cooldown reduction you can get from it. There's the rocket launcher, more explosive. Yup. Yeah, there is nowhere to move anymore. My god. Try and grab some health packs if I can. There is literally nowhere to go right now. More rocket launcher. So we're probably gonna die fairly soon. We got up to 50% explosion radius and 180% damage for them. Actually a lot of kinetic, what? 53% damage taken? Huh. And we are hard stacking the explosive too. So that's a 25% slow with 60 damage every second. 200% bigger on death explosion. Maybe we should grab some resuscitation here to lower the cooldown and improve the healing a bit. Probably movement, since that scales up a bunch of stuff and helps us avoid the huge, massive blobs everywhere. I can't even see the chest right now. Finish that, and then I don't think we care. We could use some rerolls. I am probably pretty close to dying, so we should try and find something for the banhammer slot now. Nah. Every status effect we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. 80% damage is pretty good. I think we will take that. We at least have a little bit of room to move around for now, but I don't know that it's going to make a huge difference. We can go ahead and probably take this so that it will heal to full and grab the XP and not reduce our HP. So I'm not sure if there's anything else that's good or that I would want to replace. I like that. Oh yeah, I guess we do need to replace that since we aren't really hitting anything at full health anyways. So that's not bad. That's actually not bad either. Oh yeah, the solar panel would be really good, but I'm fine taking this for now. It's unfortunate that that just doesn't really seem to work with the game mechanically, since it would be really cool with the nuclear missiles. We can't really banish that now. I'm gonna take some cooldown reduction on the missiles. More rocket launcher. I don't know if I can stand on that for like 2 seconds with all this crap flying at me. More rocket launcher, cooldown, yeah. I think this game definitely runs into some issues with visual clarity towards the end. It is very hard to see now. If I could just turn my own effects down a bit, then that would massively improve it. Health is probably one of our better stats, since that'll help me survive and give crit to everyone. So I'll probably take that when I see it. Don't think so. That's chemical and ice for us? Nah. More arrow pen. Ability area, that's actually not that useful. And it only goes on one survivor as well. I guess we'll still take it. Get some gigantic missiles right before the end. arrow pen. So we can now make that explosive as well. We probably don't really even need to guarantee that with 43% with that many tags. More explosion radius. So I think that's the most we can get here now. 53% radius and 186% damage. Oh yeah, the arrow rains are always kinetic damage, and we have a bunch of those. Nope. Big movement? Yup. Let's see how that compass is doing. 27% to damage area and duration. How's the Huntress's duration now? 207%, so that's an extra 10 volleys on the arrows. Tank crit damage, sure. Medic cooldown. I guess movement here? Kind of low, but it does buff everyone at the same time. Alright, I think we are getting into trouble now. I can't at least completely outrun the charges. But there's just so many zombies that I have to take hits from to avoid some of the boss stuff. Tank cooldown or some pickup. How are we looking on the tank's cooldown? I don't know, it just won't let me choose the tank, I guess. More pickup for area. There goes the revive, so we are probably doomed now. There is nowhere to move. Jesus. Items probably don't really matter. We have basically everything. I guess we were missing the solar panel for some more cooldown reduction. Would have been pretty helpful. Pickup range, and then that's a rare crit damage, sure. There is nowhere to move. The 100 armor on the stim packs does let me tank a few hits at least. But that's eventually not going to be enough anymore. Finally got the chest. Don't think any of these do anything. I guess I may as well check the rerolls. We could look for the solar panel. There it is. What would I replace with that? Probably chick magnet, since the magnets are pretty rare at this point. That stacked up pretty decently. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Oh, that's actually not very good, so we could actually get rid of that. I was mainly trying to combine that with the full HP crab thing, but doesn't really seem like that's going to work with the game in its current state, so we'll go a bit more movements. And then I guess if we can get one more item, we could grab the mod ship to trigger the solar panel more often. But we are very close to the ends now. I don't know what else I can do here. There's another revive, it came back up. May as well look for the mod ship to try and trigger that more often, or grab the jewel. I think the Jewel of Death cuts your HP in half, so it really just buys you a little bit of time since you're going to get one shot afterwards. Nah. 30% pickup is okay, but nah. Couldn't find it. The retaliation is not bad, actually. 20 armor and then a ton of attack speed to go with the solar panel. So we would replace the chick magnets. We probably don't have the 30% cooldown reduction up that often now, since I can barely move, so it's mostly just the pickup range. So this probably does help out a little bit. Then some more pickup. Tank crit damage, sure. rare crit damage. Max health. Help us survive in a little bit of crits. There's a revive. I don't know that there's anything else we really need, but we don't have anything else anyways. I guess some area? No, 2.5 is tiny when we already have a bunch from items, so I guess a bit of crit chance for the solar panel. See, how much slow did that get up to? 25%? I think when you really stack the ice, that one alone can get up to like 50%. And we don't even have any electrify for the stun. So just really hard to avoid stuff now. Decent HP, gives us some crits as well. I don't know if I can do this. Medic. Probably the crit damage here. I guess attack speed for the solar panel. That's so many zombies, where do I go? Ability damage. Well, we are out of places to move now. Let's see. 28 million on the Sawblade drone. Where is the... Wow, 9 million on the ability I was stacking. That is terrible. What? I was like stacking cooldown reduction and area, and cooldown reduction doesn't even work on the Sawblade drones. Jesus, the nuclear missiles are terrible. Huntress, 32 million on the bear trap, 43 on the arrow rain. Pretty good there, and we weren't really even stacking that. And I think I banned ability duration since we were trying to go all in on the tank. We had 3 million and 3 million, not a whole lot. Trying to get as many explosive tags as possible, but apparently we were more kinetic. Does have a very nice debuff though, at least. Some decent chemical for a bit of slow and some damage over time. But I guess nuclear missiles need a buff because that is terrible. Considering how much we put into that. But we should have a decent number more levels for the meta progression. 20 there, 15, and 12. I think I had all of the bombing strike stuff maxed. Yeah, we have the skill completely maxed out. I guess there's no synergies for it. We had a little bit for the Sawblade drone there. But it was still like 5 times as much damage or something? Crazy. We could have had another level in that, wouldn't have done that much. Maybe the damage thing would have helped a bit, not really sure. I think the chemical bombing strike definitely needs some buffs since that was pretty weak compared to the other stuff. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.